So this is Tyler and Alex with Can we create uh a sports talk show and
Focus in on the latest news.
Yeah, so let's see. Can we create a sports talk show and focus in on the latest news by Tyler and Alex?
Okay, so here we go to our actual site.
Yeah.
So we made a very nice video.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we can't show it because it is 16 minutes long.
Yeah, well, we can show the intro maybe, just to get a little sneak peek. Alright guys, so we got OTG Sports Weekly talking about all the latest sports news. Okay. And then, there we go.
Straight into the NHL.
So it's pretty cool. It just goes to, we have a different background for all the stuff that we talk about. We talk about hockey, basketball, and baseball in it.
Okay, so with the NHL, so we're just starting with the second round because the first round it's so much to type, so many really big details, but we're just not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So in the West, in the second round, the Blues hold off a big rush of the Stars and get a big Game 7 win away from home. So it's a well-deserved win from the Blues, and they backed the Stars into a corner, took them down, even after the Stars earned 2 wins. They put them in a 3-1 hole like they did to the Hawks. Both of the series ended up going 7, but it just didn't work out for the Hawks or the Stars. So the Blues took both of those series. The other matchup in the West is the Predators-Sharks. Sharks have not done well in the playoffs, even with big stars like Joe Pavelski, Joe Thornton, and Brent Burns. But they have not made it to the Stanley Cup Finals in franchise history. Then in Game 7, the Sharks blow out the Predators in a big win at the Shark Tank 5-0. This was a boost going into the next round against the Blues. Then, while all this was going on in the West, the East was very active too.
The first matchup is the Lightning and the Panthers didn't stand a chance. They have such a young team with no experience except for
Yager.
Yeah, I'm not such I don't know much about hockey. All right. So the Lightning took out the Panthers in 5 games against the Lightning. The Lightning get some well-earned rest for the next round. Then the other series in the East is the Penguins, Capitals. This is a very big time rivalry between the two teams, and it was a very hard-fought battle. The Penguins get a win in Washington and brought the series home in 6. The Penguins would go on to play the Lightning in the Eastern Conference Finals.
This is also a big series, especially for the Lightning, who are looking to redeem themselves from the loss in the finals against the Hawks last year. This was a very interesting series, not only because of the matchup, but the home team only won 2 out of 7 games. The Lightning put themselves in a good position, winning a game in Pittsburgh. Then they lost a game at home to even the series. Lightning came back, won in Game 5 to close out the series at home, but surprisingly, they went home too confident and lost big time 5-2. Then they went to Pittsburgh for Game 7. We actually see Steven Stamkos was playing for the first time since March 31st because of his blood clot. This was a big risk because if he gets another, it might be worse. Pittsburgh took the game and the series on that night. So Pittsburgh secured themselves in a spot in the finals since the last time since they won it all in 2009.
Then in the West, the Blues and the Sharks are going at it to trying to get to the finals. The Sharks are trying to get to the finals for the first time ever, so their determination might be a factor. The Sharks take 1 game in St. Louis, which is a good sign for the Sharks, but then in Game 3, Jake Allen comes in for Brian Elliott late in the third. He then starts a Game 4, also which was in St. Louis, win. So it was 2-2 heading into the Game 5 in Scott Trade Center.
Allen starts this game, but the Sharks then storm the Blues with the win 6-3. Then they get a shot at closing out the series at home for Game 6. This game was again a blowout, the Sharks winning 5-2. They will move on to play the Penguins in the finals.
And now on to the NBA. So the Golden State Warriors won easy against the Portland Trail Blazers in a series 4-1. Personally, for me, I like the Blazers and I wanted them to win, but the Warriors just took it. They were just unstoppable. So now Alex and I are both 1-1 in our little bet that we have on. On the Warriors side, the Splash Brothers are just so dominant behind the arc. I can proudly say, and others will agree with me, too, that Steph Curry is the best shooter in the history of basketball. The game that the Warriors play is just such a new game of basketball. This is a new era of basketball. So don't just go around saying that they play just a shooting game. They have a lot of power down low. Draymond Green has been amazing in this series. You just can't stop him. He is amazing at passing the ball and ball movement. Spectacular down low and with dunking, blocking, and getting rebounds. He's a pretty good shooter.
So now on the Blazers side, they fought a good match. Damian Lillard is an amazing point guard. I really love how he plays. He's got a lot of swag. And his gameplay, just his normal lifestyle. It's also the baby in the commercial, the Hoopers. I know that I already said I wanted the Blazers to win, but they didn't. I hope they make it back next year.
So now on to the next series. The Oklahoma City are playing the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs are just so good. They have the king of the jungle, LeBron James. Kevin Love is really good down low for them. And finally, Kyrie Irving is an amazing point guard. LeBron is just an all-around player. He can dunk like nobody ever seen. And then is a pretty good shooter too.
So now on to the Thunder. They have Russell Westbrook, who is an amazing point guard. And they got Kevin Durant, who's just so dominant with shooting and down low. Now, those two guys right there work together so well and are just so good.
All right, so now I know that I skipped some games, but the Warriors and the Cavs are playing each other in the finals. Personally, for me, I dislike both of those teams, so this decision is tough. I think that the Warriors will win, but I don't want them to because then they will beat the Bulls back in the day. Amazing season. And I'm a Bulls fan, so is Alex, and we do not want that to happen.
And for me, I'm just not a very big Cleveland Cavaliers fan, and especially not really a big James fan. Like, he's obviously a good player, but I sort of think he's a little too much of a show-off.
Yeah, me too. So that was our website that we had, and this is our logo. So now back to our website that we made. So here's our Trello card. Can we create a live stream sports talk on YouTube and show it on YouTube?
So that was our video, and we're just going to thank you guys for watching, and we hope that encourages you guys to learn maybe possibly a little more about sports come playoff time or even just in the regular season.
Yeah, so just watch our video, leave a like on it, and tell all your friends about OTG Sports Weekly.
So just signing off now, Alex,
Tyler,
bye.
See ya.